Excuse me?
Thank you very much.
Now, I went over and attacked this much more ferocious series of Ferrises, and they're pack animals, so they started calling in their buddies, and so this battle's going on a lot longer now.
Nothing new on Nintendo E3.
A little area of attack. See if I can. Is anyone going to be able to topple him, though? That's the real question I have. Because I want to hang out here and see if I can pull a topple combo out of this. Oops, I did that a little bit early, but it was still all right. Now I've triggered the chill effect. You can see the chill bars slowly trickling down. If I were to pull off another,
I guess you could say he has no chill.
Pull off another blade art, you would get a chance to see one of those blade combos.
Wake me up! Wake me up inside! Wake me up inside! I'm fucking tired.
Yeah, and you're angry. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Attacking aggressive animals. One thing I want to point out that's really interesting about this take on the Xenoblade, the familiar elements of Xenoblade. In the previous game, for example, you had the ability to identify how aggressive an enemy was and how they would spot you. You could see the little eye to indicate that they had a visual range, or you would see whether they were detecting you by sound. And as I mentioned, more importantly, you could tell if they were aggressive enough to attack you on sight. You don't have that in this game, and it's because you're intended now to learn more about the enemies. Oh, topple! Punch! Oh, too slow.
Oh.
But there's... All right, buddy. There we go. We'll see if we can do it. I didn't get a chance to switch over to Fudor in time to take advantage of that topple. But this time around, you're meant to study the animals. You're meant to study their behaviors and learn through your experiences. You might die along the way. I certainly will. But I'll just use this ability. Just keep firing off abilities to charge up my specials. But you'll learn their behaviors, and you'll learn how to fight them through experience and through repeated death over and over again. I'm going to trigger Tora's Shard ability now. You can see it charging through his support and doing serious knockback. Shard is still in play. If I were to trigger with a complementary ability, again, I would be able to chain off of that. Now, in order to demonstrate some of that, I am going to start. Grab some HP. I already did that.
Yep. First thing I see on Twitter, the chick's got melons. Pink chick, blanking on her name already.
There's a fairly sizable town on the back of this Titan. Now, one thing that we talked about earlier is the way in which the setting shapes the lives of the people in this world. In this town, I wanted to ask Takashi-san about the people. That's big.
That's a tough enemy.
Yeah, let's just show you what that looks like. Because there's a one hit. I didn't even get my sword out in time. All right, so can we even? That's another one hit. He is very territorial. I've got my party bar charged up a little bit, so I can bring Tora back.
Yo, when did these get revealed?
As I mentioned before, when you die, did I mention
There's Mario Odyssey amiibo. It's Mario, Bowser, and Peach all in like wedding attire. That's actually pretty lit.
You don't really lose anything in the process, though. So it's like it's educational. I just had a very educational death right there. But I had a question for Takashi-san about the lives of the people who live on the backs of these Titans in all of these different environments that form up that form the world of Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
ゼノブレイドの世界を作るいろいろなタイタン、巨人に住んでいる人たちについて少しお話しいただけますでしょうか。
はい、今ここにあるアルスはグーラと呼ばれているキリン型のやつなんですけど、ここものすごく、自然景観の豊富な場所で木材の産業が非常に発達している場所なんですね。で、ここでは割とこうなんていうんですかね、町の人たちもちょっと獣人っぽい人たちも住んで、木工細工であったりなんだったりっていうのをなりわいにしている人たちがたくさん暮らしています。で、ちょっと場所を転ずるともうちょっと軍事大国的なアルスがあったり、そこで暮らしている人たちは軍人が多かったりとか、
住むなんか種族がまあ違うんですよね。
種族もかなりたくさん種族いますので、それぞれのアルスにそれぞれの異なった種族が住んでいて、それぞれがまあこの広大な世界の中で、まあ 生きているというか、生存競争を繰り広げている、そんな感じの世界観になっています。
So as you see here, this Titan's called Galma, and it's the giraffe-like Titan. And as you see, there's a lot of lush greenery and nature. So lumber is a very booming industry in this world. And so once you go into town, you'll see that there's a lot of humanoid characters, people that live there, and they make a living out of doing woodcraft. And but if you go to, say, a different Titan, there are other ones.
I'm not sure if y'all are leaving or coming back, or my fucking viewer count is just absolutely fucked.
That live there and have a different lifestyle that they live based off. And this world is created with
I know
a
it
lot
didn't
of
say that
diversity
Tortrix
in
came in
terms
and
of,
out like 8
Titans
times.
and the species and the lifestyles that that everybody has.
You can see there's a bit of a lumber storage yard here. Lumber company. Massive toppled trees here. One other thing I want to point out, you've probably already noticed there's a day-night cycle in the game. We're just fighting our way through a really rough evening. So there is a day-night cycle, there are weather cycles, but because we're in this sea of clouds, basically, this sea also has a tide, and the clouds will rise and fall and ebb and flow with the passage of time. And that rising and falling will obscure or give you access to different areas within the world. So there are places that you'll be able to get to.
Yeah, no new F-Zero, that's it.
When the tides are high. It's another way in which the world itself is informing the design of the game and the look and feel of this world.
Another thing I really liked about the very first game is when it went through those day and night cycles, it kind of had the same theme music, but it changed a little bit depending on when it was, and that's back to this game, and I'm really glad because I love the music in these games.
So we're going to take a quick walk through this town, just so that you can get a sense of the scope of the world and the number of activities there are in each place. And also, I want to show you something over here. Again, this is very much a story of Rex and Pyra and his allies. Very specific.
One moment, my dog is flipping out because someone's at the door.
We've got mugshots. I don't know where they got those mugshots. And we've got another driver right here who's studying them. He hasn't noticed us yet.
No, not yet.
But why give him a chance?
We noticed him.
Oh, it's you. Hey, wait, you're the guys from the pictures. And you'll notice he has his own blade there as well. And Tora's drawn his aggro, so he doesn't even notice me. Tora didn't even have his own mugshot up there yet, so he may not even understand what this battle's about. Don't turn around.
Alright, we back. Let me check chat.
And you'll find that there's a lot of
this game looks super freaking big though.
And for example, there's a really powerful driver and a blade that's locked up, and if you decide to challenge him, obviously if you're able to defeat the character, then you get great items back. But you know, a lot of the fun can come from discovering and getting to know these characters and battling with them as well.
Now, one thing before I get too far into the city, I wanted to show off. You don't have direct control over your other party members in a regular combat, but you can swap between them. So I just wanted to swap over to Nia, who's riding on the back of her blade. It's a very cat-themed character. You can see her ears. So you do have opportunities to swap between the different characters. And I'm going to get into a battle over here. I mentioned that she's a healer. I just want to show you what that looks like with her blade arts.
ニアだけ特別にね、このトラの白虎っていうキャラに乗れるんですけど。
So Nia's got a special blade where she's actually able to ride him.
And it looks great on the field as you're riding on blade back through the battlefield. So fight a few more rabbits, I think, just to, you know, in the population. They grow like rabbits. So you can see her arts are a little bit different. She's got a full heal art that's super useful. She also has an HP potion art. I'll kill some more rabbits, why not?
And that potion art works really similar to Rex's art that we saw earlier, while the other healing art is more like a standard, what you would expect. Like
oh crap.
one other thing that she has, and I'll try to charge it up during this battle with this slightly tougher rabbit, is she can initiate the break status. So if I can trigger that break, maybe by building up my arts a little bit more. This rabbit might die before I get the break. But here, I'll trigger the ability. You'll at least see the break happen. And then you see, once I've triggered break, another character might trigger topple. And then another character might trigger the launch status or other types of status.
Right.
So there's a lot of depth in choosing how you're going to attack, and even choosing who your party lead is going to be. I do want to switch back to Rex, which means I'm going to be dependent on my allies to trigger those abilities for me. Let's swap blades on the battlefield, back to Pyra. So I'm going to run back through that town, show you a little of the architecture, show you a little lives of the people. But then before I run out of time, I do want to take on the big bad at the end, so I can show off some of these more challenging moments. And I really, really want to demonstrate some of these combos I've been talking about, because I mean, it'd be a serious letdown if I tease it the whole way through and then don't actually show it.
There's a lot going on in this town. That's what I love about the towns in these games. It feels alive, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, just the ambient chatter of people. You can stop and talk to some of the villagers. And build an understanding of the world that you're in. Gonna run out here and just show off. Take a quick look at this warship over
and
here.
so we'll obviously, you know, as we work more on the development, we'll obviously be fleshing out and expanding the town and all the activities you can do in these towns and cities.
Oh, that's awesome! I'm looking forward to that.
Here's another Titan here. I was actually worried that they constructed a warship into the body of this Titan.
You're so morbid.
Well, it's just, you know, it just seemed like he's got a lot of stuff on him. But Takahashi-san did reassure me that he is still alive and still functioning. Everybody feel better. I was legitimately worried about this. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna. Oh, that is an enormous windmill. Let's take a look at it. Where is that enormous?
If the text is in English, would that mean that it would be localized
So we're gonna
sooner than later?
Before I get into this boss battle, though, there's a quick fight with some soldiers. Again, this is tied in very closely to the storyline. The existence of this fort and the existence of these soldiers here.
Okay, this guy's pants are super dumb.
About the soldiers that we're about to run across and their function here.
これから軍人みたいなキャラクターと戦闘が始まるんですが、そこについてストーリーに少しお話しいただけますでしょうか。
そうですね。今ここにいる人たち、兵士たちはスペルビアと呼ばれている国の兵士たちなんですけれども、
帝国兵ですね。
はい。スペルビアのアルスはもちろん別の場所にあるんですけど、今ここのグーラというところを占領している軍隊なんですね。なので、あんまりそんなに町の人たちと仲はよろしくない。特にレックスたちとはちょっと敵対関係にある、勢力になります。
So these soldiers here are actually Imperial soldiers from a different Titan, and they've actually come and invaded Golmod. And so the locals aren't really happy about that, and they're kind of in a position where they're kind of enemies of Rex and his party as well. And that's the kind of setup that we have going on here.
We're making short work of them, though, with our party all together.
Yeah.
Their attack rod is all that's left. Made short work of that crew, which is good because with the time that we have left, that might be enough time to beat or be beaten by this upcoming enemy inside of the warship. I do want to stop him.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's right.
もちろん戦艦にもシームレスに入っていけるっていうのがこのゲームの特徴かなと思い
And
ます。
I also think one of the great features about this game is that even going into the
Crap lag.
airship is very seamless.
Wait a minute.
There's no loading and transition. You just go right into it.
Yeah, the airship itself is vast. I mean, this cargo room that we're fighting in is
今回ちょっと
tremendous.
ここだけでお見せするってことになるんですけ
You
ど
know, all we can show is this section, but it really is massive.
今回のライブ用に用意したちょっと専用のボスっていうところを楽しんで見ていただければ
And I
な
hope you enjoy the bosses that we've selected to show here on Treehouse Live.
It's nice. Camera angles on him. He's gonna stomp us. Okay. I want to switch back to Pyra. I'm going to talk through my strategy a little bit. I'm going to switch back to Pyra so that I can charge up my arts, pull some HP, and do some of the things that I'm